Hello. I am here and we are live. Back at it again with the white vans. Let's continue Ventus's story. So as I recall, I finished these 3 worlds. That's correct. And then I was going to give the Mirage Arena a go before we continued with the metaphorical MSQ. So let's do that. I will choose to leave Ven's armor alone, as I did with Terra. I think I'm probably good. Who knows? Let's do it. Hello. Welcome to stream to both of these. How's it hanging? Always good to see comrades on a day like this. Sometimes feel like we are all that we have. As melodramatic as that can sound, I'm feeling pretty melodramatic-y since today's news is largely not of the good variety. We persevere. Worst Friday in living memory. Unfortunate. Sorry to hear that. No, I wasn't trying to do that. Not the worst, but I'll admit I have some things to be unsatisfied about. Not feeling great. You know, we here at Yozora Heart Industries fully condemn June 24th of the year 2022. I think we can all personally come together and just agree. Just a wash of a day. And you know, if we all would like to just chalk it up as a garbage fire day, I'm okay with that. Frankly, this middle-ish section of the year has been pretty whack, if you ask me. I'm not. God damn it! I gotta stop mashing triangle. I think I'm allowed 5 heals, and that was 2. I wish there was a counter. I also wish I wasn't trapped into getting diamond dust, since I only have this Yozora equipped. It's your favorite Project Sekai character's birthday today. Who's that? Tell us about them. First. That's the way Project Sekai goes? PRSK? First? Alright. It has a cool thing where you can attend virtual lives. You get a little customizable avatar and some glow sticks and emotes so you can attend a concert. What? A virtual concert? Now how... Wait a minute. Well, hold on. Where's the, like, sitcom plot? Like, The story you painted for me was that this was a terrible day, but your favorite character's birthday, followed by you attending a virtual concert, sounds pretty fun to me. What happened? They didn't play your favorite song? Kamishiro Rui. Scrunky little purple clown man. Mel, have you ever seen Hunter x Hunter? God, please, come down. Don't be like this. Grow up. Sheesh. Imagine when it wasn't the end because there was one more of them also flying off screen. I hate this game. This was the high point of your day until your car got turned into a scratching post. Somebody keyed your car? You dead ass? Terra's dash sucks, but Ben's dodge roll is actually pretty good, so it's not hard to dodge that. With Terra, it was like that. The bird encounter being on a timer would have been very annoying. But seriously, somebody keyed your car? I disagree, but okay. I feel if he's going to make the executive decision to just float lightly off screen for large parts of the fight, I should elect to not engage and just do this. Like, if you don't want to have a fun, fair fight, why should I? Chivalry? It was not keyed. Okay. See, your car getting a scratch is bad, but if your car was keyed, then I would think, like, not only do you have a damaged vehicle, you also have, like, a social issue at hand, like a personal problem. You know what I mean? Or maybe you just crime happened. I don't know. Piss off, Monstro. Oh, good. Yozora finished. Let's go with Magnet. That'll be fun. That's a lie. Let's go with Thunder, since that'll actually do damage to something that isn't affected by Magnet. Let's not do Gold Rush, because I don't want to. So designated parking spot is in the garage is 1 at the end of the garage. And the white stones between the wall and oh no. Did ya do a whoopsie? Yeah. Damn it. That sucks.
Where's he hiding? All right. What did you mean about Terra being a different person?
Exactly what I said, idiot. The Terra you know will be gone forever.
That's the stupidest thing I've ever heard.
Stupid or true.
I feel like a screenshot of that line could be used a lot more often than it is.
A keyblade?
Good. Let's see what you're made of.
Suffer! Thunder!
I don't remember if I have to win this.
Too slow.
Vanita stinks. He's like one of the worst Kingdom Hearts bosses that is also a recurrent.
Too slow. See ya.
Thunder! Gotcha!
Because of that.
Too slow.
Deal! Suffer! Bring it!
Too slow. Too slow.
Pathetic! Come on! Suffer! Thunder!
Too slow.
Gotcha! Come on!
Too slow. Too slow.
That's another very annoying thing about command styles is when their finisher comes up, you can't do anything else but the finisher. So like I couldn't just choose to regularly combo from these things. My contract requires me to be playing MapleStory now. I didn't sign anything.
Gotcha! Pathetic! Win! Thunder!
Too slow.
It's over! Pathetic!
You cannot block that. Oh, okay. So this guy would indeed key a card. Vanitas is a jerk. I wonder if I'm allowed to lose the fight and it also stopped, or if I had to get his health down to below a certain point. You know how sometimes video games can do that?
I'd be going against the master's orders, but so
He does indeed literally teleport behind you. Vanitas sucks.
His job here is
That little no-celly teleport behind you attack can happen at any provocation, which means you might save up your special combo finishing move, and he's just like, no, not gonna take damage. He stinks. And now he's dead.
Don't worry, you're safe. Heal!
Yeah. Birth by Sleep is the first Kingdom Hearts game we played on stream that was recorded and released after Wayne Allwine passed away. So his voice is just going to sound different.
Bully somebody around. Here.
This is
I'll
a
show
new
ya.
Mickey voice.
We both will.
Huh?
Really tragic. Man passed away at 62. That is not an age to die. He was also shoot married to the woman who did Minnie Mouse's voice, which I think is very fun. Mickey joining your party for this little fight is really... He has a Star Seeker Keyblade. Which is like, kind of just like a nod. Like, the Star Seeker is the Keyblade you get in Kingdom Hearts 2 when you first unlock Valor Form. It's the second Keyblade that Sora has, and in the secret movie, Birth by Sleep, there is like a section, 2 seconds where Mickey's on screen and it's like, oh snap, it's Mickey and he's got the Star Seeker. So he has it now, but they don't really like make it seem like it's like a huge deal or anything. You kind of just get the impression this is the Keyblade Yensid gives away to people. So like Mickey has it now, and then he'll give it away later. This is essentially Riku and Mickey's Light from Chain of Embers. Re-Chain of Embers, actually. It's not in the original.
Too slow. Gotcha.
Mickey triggering his invulnerability move is mean.
Too slow. Too slow.
I can't lock onto him,
Gotcha.
so I don't really have this.
Pathetic. Thunder. Yeah. Gotcha. Pathetic.
Yeah! The power of friendship! GG, Dweebosaurus Rex. Hello, Leona, welcome. Lovely to see you. If I was on crit, Vanitas would have absolutely killed me at least 7 or 8 times, but I also would have played more defensively and used more cure, so who's to say?
Consider yourself on probation.
The king!
Probation for what? Thanks for before. I owe you.
Yeah, I did indeed see those comments from Yoshida. It was very funny because it off the hot tale of Eddie and I having a discussion about how he very desperately does not want Final Fantasy to be Kingdom Hearts, and me going, well, I don't think it's gonna be Kingdom Hearts. FF15's not Kingdom Hearts. Kingdom Hearts is Kingdom Hearts. It's better than most Final Fantasy games, but it's not the same. And then Yoshida was like, no, this Final Fantasy is Kingdom Hearts, and I was like, damn it, Yoshida.
At least I thought it would. I haven't quite got the fine point.
You ask me, that's a good thing, because if you ask me, like, would I rather replay the most recent Kingdom Hearts game, not Melody of Memory, but KH3, or would I rather replay FF15, 13, 12?
You know, it might not be
It's
that
not a
bad.
debate to me,
Maybe it
but
starts working
to
as
each
a
their
lead
own.
to something.
I remember I was real life sad. It was Days. I think chronologically, I believe Days was the last time the gentleman got to film Mickey for these games, and it came with like a memorial for him. And sadly, much like with Xehanort, it is unquestionably a downgrade. If you ask me, this lad don't sound like Mickey Mouse to me. He sounds like a guy doing an impression of Mickey Mouse, which I understand sounds stupid. But I mean what I said. Radiant Garden, you say? If you all will recall, if you'll return your attention to Terra's story, cast your memory backward, you'll recall that I want so many things. I'm going to go with a magnet, but I also kind of want to level up another cure, which means I should just unequip the one I have and equip this one. Duh. Little brain, I can't help it. You'll recall that Terra, Ven, and Aqua were all on Radiant Garden together at the same time, and they had a boss battle together, so unfortunately that part is kind of spoiled, but that's just going to happen again. Can you remind me what was specifically we learned about Vanitas from Terra stories so I don't say any dumb spoilers? Not much. Terra does not interact with Vanitas at all. Like, he fights him at the end, but that's it. I'm pretty sure Xehanort makes it clear that Vanitas is the source of all Unversed, and that he came into being when he split Ventus's heart into 2. But otherwise, the stuff that I think you would consider like spoilers about Vanitas are things that were not relevant at the time to Terra's story, and we learned them in Ben's story. And even, I think Aqua's got more interaction with Vanitas. But everyone knows I don't have perfect recall, and I'm often wrong. One of your friends is a big fan of the KH battle design. as far as action RPGs go, I am by no means a person who's played a ton of them. But like, I'd really be interested in meeting someone who would say Kingdom Hearts 2 has a bad battle system. And while I know people have their gripes with 3, I don't think it's based around the like the combat of 3. If FF16 is going to be an action RPG and it's going to take, you know, some kind of guidance from another action RPG, I'd rather it were Kingdom Hearts, but I'm not an unbiased weighing in here. You have seen people say KH2 has a bad battle system? All opinions exist, right? There's someone who legitimately thinks, you know, getting a day off work is bad, and seeing a sunset's bad, and fucking having an ice cream cone is bad. Like, it exists. I believe you 100% that it exists. But they're wrong. I'm not even gonna do like the everyone is welcome to their opinion bit. Like, no, if you think Kingdom Hearts 2 has a bad battle system, you're wrong. I don't know what to tell you. The movement abilities are locked behind grinding. It's a flaw. Sure. I think high jump and dodge roll. I mean, dodge roll's not even in vanilla KH2. High jump and dodge roll should just be in your toolkit. And sure enough, you get along to like, I mean, in every other game, they are not that way. They don't require you to grind out these forms to have those abilities. And things like, you know, guard and air guard are just things you are given in KH3 because they were like, that's not really good. But I don't know. I'm not willing to call the entire combat system of that 60-hour game a wash over that. I played Vanilla KH2 without dodge roll, and definitely without quick run, because Wisdom Form is not that fun when you're a kid. So, you get over it, you survive, you persevere. Everything has flaws. Word? Doesn't matter. Flow motion sucks. Flow motion's in Dream Drop Distance. I'm not holding that against Kingdom Hearts 2. What the hell's wrong with you? Flow motion is not fun for me at all, though. I don't like it. I didn't enjoy that part of Dream Drop Distance, and in KH3, I immediately removed all of those abilities, which I'm always on record of being a proponent of. I don't care if they include flow motion as long as I have the ability to just de-equip all those abilities, because then it's like, if you like flow motion, it's there for you, and if you're like me and you don't, then you don't have to. I would rather systems be like that, broadly speaking. It should always be if you're here for it, you're here for it, and if you're not, you're not. My grand argument is someone who's not in favor of when people talk about making combos one button. Yozora no want that, but I feel like I want Thundara more than I want Magnera. But I don't know. That might not be true. I don't know what I'm trying to build out for Ven. I also don't know if it matters. Well, okay, I know I want Faith and Sanctuary, but that might be a go with God situation. Maybe I do want Magnera. Guys, you ever had to make a meaningless decision and decide to pontificate about it for a really long time? That's the Yozora Heart brand, baby. what'll really come as a surprise to you is that people actually do, in fact, like me and hang out with me from time to time. I know that sounds far-fetched when you consider the consequences of such things, but no, it's true. That's the only thing I've got on King's Combat. I've never seen someone go through this when watching Cage 3. Some people like it. It ain't for me, though. The terminus of combo haters is represented really well in Maple Story, where they finish through massive weapons and you know, there's a fair argument for people who you know, may or may not have certain disabilities that would be more comfortable if all combos were one button. And you know, it's just one of those things. It's not for me. If Yoshida came out and said, like, we're offering this as an option for people, and you know, I don't care. Some people have made an argument of like, well, what about, you know, FF logs or whatever? I don't give a shit about that. I don't think I could if you paid me to, but like, the only thing that would affect me is if he was like, this is how combos are going to be for everybody, then I would be like, no, sir, I don't want that. But if it's just like, we're introducing it as an option, power to those folks. You know? I don't care. Life short. What do you want from me? You feel you had a hard time triggering flow motion in Cage 3 than Dreams of Distance. That very well... I'm actually... The chat I'm watching is the live feed instead of through OBS. So I missed that chest because I saw myself opening the first chest and thought that's what was happening. I am very smart. This is an already triggered wheel from when Akko was here, which is why I can't affect it at all. Not part of Vince's story. It's part of Akko's. I would probably think that that's because Dream Drop Distance was like, they obviously were both built with flow motion in mind, but Dream Drop Distance was trying to sell it, and Cage 3 wasn't. But I don't know. What are these little guys called? I don't know. Let me get out of combat and I'll pop up from the report and look. Okay, bad news. They don't get names. Maleficent's little funky guys. What the hell? What? Okay. That dude was a spinny boy, right? I feel like you shouldn't be able to be running around on shock. Like, the fire I get, but the ice and thunder, nah, you gotta do better. No more, that doesn't make any sense. Schlup Gidl. Somehow Schlup Glitto feels like that reads, like, more offensive than Gulp Shido. Like, I like that less. I don't know how to explain that or justify it, but that's the feeling in my heart. Gobhoblins? Probably equal to Schlup Glitto, but not quite as severe. Schlup is tonight's Wordle guest number 1. If Wordle accepts Schlup, I'm gonna be furious. Proper fuming. Please, Ventus, not like this. Hold on. This is important. So many things happening at once. All the messages and thoughts. Oh, what a Friday we have had collectively as a unit, I feel. We of the Yozora Heart brand. My paid employees like Mel and Jill. Stop! I knew. Oh my God. I saw him jump at me, and I was like, Zero Gravity's gonna go off a millisecond too late, and I'm gonna get hit. Hate. I'm still alternating Bimbo and Xylo. I feel like you know Bimbo is not a good choice though. It's got 2 Bs. Why would you start with that? Even when I do meme starts, like I did Equip the other day, it's got a Q in there, but E, U, and I, and P, frankly, are all good gets. So like, it's not really a meme word. But you gotta know. You were gone during Terra Finale and watching Body at a Touching. How do speedrunners handle the chasing tornadoes? I mean, you know, for me to speak authoritatively would be wrong because I don't speedrun the game, right? It's been a little while since I've watched one. But you are able to outrun them and outdash them, you know, with careful planning. They're not an inevitability. And like in an any percent speedrun, you're obviously not going out of your way to get movement tech, right? So I do imagine that it's just largely using Terra's dash and probably accepting you're going to get hit by maybe one of them, but it's possible if you practice. You paid your phone bill today? Well, hey, check you out. Paying a bill's good. Please. All right. Let's go to the Radiant God. You always start with agony when you've had a bad run of mobile games. I just use a different word every time because I think it's nifty. Boom, 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 boom.
Mickey?
Salty is a 5-letter word. Trying to do. Can vent go this way? Yeah. A word that's like relevant to the day. Eventually, you run it. Though I did get an unreasonable amount of joy the day that I got to go with Scram because Sora said it at some point in Kingdom Hearts 2, and I thought it was hilarious. Scram. Sora's a very good boy. Mickey starts off heading that way, which is nifty because Terra was not allowed. Can I put Zero Gravity and Magnet together? I was going to say, I feel like you can. Thundara. Okay. I have questions, but at the same time, no, I don't. Like, you know, what are they going to do? Explain to me how that makes sense logistically? No chance, right? Let's just move on. Sometimes we must accept the world as it is, not how we wish for it to be. You know? Space plus magnetism equal electricity. I actually had to think for a second if I was going to let that go, if that's actually science. And so I feel at this point, whether that's meme or a little bit of the truth is irrelevant. Like, I've already lost. D-links are like a fine idea, but they're like one too many things for me. And maybe that's just like I'm not that like experimental in combat. Like, I think command styles are neat and like shot locks are neat. And fair play, if I was on critical, maybe I would be using them more because they heal you. But it's like just that one extra thing where I'm like, I'm not ever going to remember to use D-links and shot locks and my command styles in one fight. There's just one too many systems at play here, and so inevitably I just end up not using something. To its credit, KH2 at least will have like situations where I thought summons were useful, and it's got those whole like Hades cups where you can only use summons. So, you know, because that would be like my next go-to thought of like a thing that I know exists and have no use for. Okay. I'm not doing this. Piss off. I wish Ven's magic stat better. Rah! As a kid, I thought magic entirely was superfluous in KH1. And then, as I got older and I watched people do content, I realized magic is insanely broken in KH1. I 100% failed science class in high school. I never have to listen to you about no science again. Unless you're right, I don't. Maybe I do have to listen to you. Depends on how I'm feeling. Actual conversation you had with Mel. The legendary Dr. Farts, Mel's husband. So, like, if ice is less dense than water, does that mean when I melt the ice, does that make more water or less water? How did the question make sense in your head? Walk me through it. I feel fun. There's no, you know what? There's no kill like overkill. You didn't understand the properties of magnets until FS14 mechanics forced me at the age of 26. Honey. If I was going to put ice cubes in a glass of water, would the water level go up or down after it melted, compared to the water plus unmelted ice level in the cup? Like if I put ice to the absolute brim, would it overflow, or would it be below brim level? You can't see it right now, but I've developed a nosebleed and one of my eyes is rolling in the back of my head as I'm trying to like calculate which even part of physics is being addressed by this question. You're going to melt my brain live on stream. Mel, I can't tell you the answer because I don't think I still understand the question, big dog. You're asking, like, if you put ice into a class, obviously the water level will raise because you're displacing volume in an area. But then that ice will melt into water. So will it at some point go back to the same level that it was when there was fully unmelted ice in there? Or will it be some new level? Is that what's happening? nobody's gonna say my channel artist is the dumbest person you've ever seen, because if they're watching this VOD, it means they've already experienced Terra.
Huh?
Hold on. The castle is presently closed.
But somebody just came this way. He's a friend of mine.
We aren't aware of any visitors. Now run along home, boy, before the monsters get you.
Damn.
I could've
Even
sworn
regular
it's-
Heart Not Lost to Darkness Salta is a complete joke.
Huh?
They're here.
Radiant Garden shall not fall under the likes of you.
Yeah. Leave this to me. Yeah.
Stop! But you're just a child!
Lexius's weapon is somehow even more
Now,
ugly
who
and
do you
ridiculous
think will
before he
defend the
lost his
castle
heart to darkness.
If you two go skipping off.
But that boy.
Never you worry about him. He's a special case.
A what?
Evan is right. Lord and Castle
And
come
past
first.
Vexen is a dick.
The boy will have to fend for himself.
Which reminds me, his lordship was asking for you. A heart devoid of darkness, stripped clean of it at that. Very questionable.
It is questionable. This cutscene would lead you to believe that Vexen has a role to play in these events. He doesn't. He's just a prick. Let's see here. Why are they British? Why not? What do you have against the Brits? Why is Alex British? You don't know it, but that's a triggering question. An actually triggering question. Yeah, terrible accident. Well, that's not it. That's not very nice either. Thinking fondly about how Ignis was the only character with a British accent to fight all four characters growing up in the same city. Yeah. So, this is my stream. I can do whatever I want. Let's talk about Alex Johnson. Here's what happened. I knew immediately on starting D&D for the first time, because I was introduced to it by a friend, and they had like shown me the Critical Role show. So that was kind of my entryway to tabletop gaming. And from watching them, I saw that one of the things most of them, if not all of them, do is they had character voices. Not all of them were British, but like they bothered to have character voices, which was good because then you could tell if they were speaking in character or not, right? Because they'd be using the voice or not. So I was like, okay, I want to do a character voice too. What's a voice I feel I can do consistently for potentially a length of time, right? Because like a trap is people picking an accent they think is funny, and then you're on hour 3 of your D&D session, and you're like, okay, this was a mistake. And I was like, I can do British, that's fine. So that was fine. My character was going to be British then. So then, you meet the very first character in the campaign, and he's not British, but it's like, okay, he's not from the town as Alex. Fine. And then Ed's character, Getty, is not British. He's also from out of town, but I knew that from the jump. Fine. Then Shinzo joins the campaign, and Shinzo is not British, and Shinzo and Alex grew up in the same city. So now we're stretching belief. Then Alex's father is introduced, and he's not British. So now I'm fucked, because now it makes no sense, and it feels like it's my fault, even though it's not. But I don't know what to do, because there's no version of it where I just go like, life's life, right? Like, I have to figure this out. This the like pedantic nerd in me. I can't just let it go. Some things have to happen. So then I'm like, okay, well, what are we gonna do? Well, what about Alex's mother? She hadn't been introduced. So I fly into like red alert. I'm like telling RDM like Alex's mother comes up. You have to remember under like the most serious I've ever been, she has to have a British accent because if she doesn't, you fucked me. So like I need her to be British. So then she is. So then I worked backwards from that, which is like, okay, let's do it like this. Alex's parents, they met. Alex's father worked his job hard. His mother stayed at home. She raised Alex. That's why Alex is British. When Alex got older, because him and his sister have a 12-year gap, obviously that wasn't intended. The second baby meant that mom had to go back to work. Dad got further along the corporate chain at his job, which afforded him more time to be at home, which is why little sister has an American accent like dad, and Alex has a British accent like mom. Mom is from a foreign nation. Which nation is she from that's British that nobody else apparently is from? Don't ask. Please, dear God, don't ask. Because we've covered most of this map now and we have yet to find the United Kingdom. So it's just, you're not supposed to talk about it or think about it. It's a running gag that Alex is somehow British in a world where nobody else is, and he has no idea where that accent originates from. The kayfabe is that one time he asked his mom, like, Mom, where are you from? And she went quiet, and then he never brought it up again because he realized he triggered her. It brings me anxiety to go over it. It makes me upset. You've no idea. Like, I was just like, my character's British. And then Shinzo's like, we're from the same city. So then I'm like, okay. Well, two people can live in the same city and have different accents. That's totally fine. Like, who cares, right? Maybe elves don't British, whatever. But then when you meet Bruce Drake in the campaign and he's not British, I was like, okay, well, this can't work.
Ain't it all? Can't I get a moment's peace?
Mister, get inside. It's not safe out here.
Oh, ordering me about. Now that's unsafe. After all, I'm Merlin, the wizard. Oh, another scamp looking to wake the powers inside him. Is that it?
What? How'd you know?
We wizards have a knack for knowing such things. The book is inside on the table. You may have a gander if you like.
What book?
When I DM our campaign, I'm going to make sure that everyone has a different accent to your character.
Yeah.
But you see, Jill, the thing is, that doesn't hamper me in the way that you want it to. It just means that I'm going to come up with increasingly insane ways for that to make sense. I'll get all the way to, like, my character is an exile from another planet, if that's what it takes. I'm not just going to be left to die, though. Like, that never happens, is the deal. Like, I work it out, is the conclusion. You risk turning me into the Joker, if you're okay with that. Excuse me? Thundara and Fire Dash? What does that do? Oh, Thunder Surge. we're gonna. I used the surge abilities as Terra. We're gonna try and scoot away from that with them, just for the sake of keeping things fresh and interesting. I got dibs on Southern because something is hard coded into my brain that causes me to always slip back into Southern. Oh, that's funny. I actually kind of. I was gonna try Southern with my next D&D character, my next permanent one.
Yeah.
All three characters have the Winnie the Pooh command board, so all three of them must have the sequence where they come and collect this from Merlin. I don't know why. Thunder plus fire plus velocity equals Terra Flare. Mel, you know, I'm starting to see why you failed science. I'm getting ready to fail you in science again. You spent most of chemistry class playing Birth by Sleep on your PSP under your desk? Nice. If only I could have been so lucky. I was too afraid of getting caught and having my game system taken away at school. I think when I was a senior in high school and I was kind of at that like last couple of like weeks where like nothing you can do can matter and you're just trying to graduate, I think I might have brought the old DS. I want to say I was playing Heart Gold. That's what sounds right in my head. I don't know if that's 100% accurate though, but that's what sounds right. You spent AP Chem asleep because it was 7:30 a.m. Yeah, school starting at 7:20. What a world. That was my high school experience. Most of your homes are in the orchestra? What? I had late start eventually as a senior, and I only had four classes. Not as a junior, though. I did not take AP Chemistry, which is always astounding to me. All of my friends took AP Chemistry, and I was a science major in college, so it wouldn't make sense for me to take AP Chem. I just didn't. I didn't take honors science at all in high school. I just got placed into like regular science, and that was that. I didn't fuss or argue or try to get placed higher. I took AP History. Took the AP test and passed and got college credit too. It would be more true to say my dear mother was the only thing anchoring me from the darkness of being an evil child. I'm sorry? Your mother prevented you from being split into good Jill and evil Jill like Ventus did to Venita? Or Xehanort did to Ven? The regular you with balance is pretty mean to me, so I'm not sure I would be able to withstand a Jill of pure darkness. Please, these enemies are crime. Go to heck. One of these Jills tells truth. There are two Jills inside you. And if you are a Jill, that leads to like a Russian doll kind of setup. Last Christmas, your siblings were having a jokey conversation about which one was his mom's favorites, and all of them said in unison that it was you. Wow. Must be nice. I had to fight, scratch, and claw my way into being mom's favorite after my sister spent some time actively fighting with her, and I spent some years just not doing that. Because I was not chosen, I was not destined for this kind of greatness. I had to work my way into that spot. And even then, I'm still not mom's favorite. Oh no, that is not fun Dex place. I don't like that at all. I don't like Aqua's stance that much. How does Ven's backwards Keyblade thing hit you guys? Unique or corny? I feel someone had to have a reverse strip in this series as they gave more and more characters Keyblades, but maybe it's just like the kind of Keyblade he uses that makes it look awful. I can't judge it till I see him fight with it in a non-PSP KH game. Not an option. I was like, I thought to remind, but I remembered that you play as Aqua, which makes sense because you play as Aqua in 0.2, which is already built for PS4. You can play as Riku and Aqua in KH3. I think. Oh, I'm kind of with remind. You can play as Skyrim. Kill it. Oh, they can't finish it on the action. Fair enough. Terra, you are not doing so hot over there, big dog. You are working with a serious case of the being deads. Oh no, nothing. Hey, hold on, everyone. Give me just a second here. My fault.
Tara! Ben, now! Come on!
Got him.
We make a good team.
Sure do. Oh yeah, I got you these tickets.
For what?
Lifetime passes to Disney Town. He said to take 2 grown-ups.
You mean us? Listen to me, Ven. We need to get you home.
It's okay, Aqua. Trust me, that guy in the mask is history. He'll never badmouth Terra again.
You saw the boy in the mask?
Yes?
Vanitas. Ven, you let Aqua take you home.
No way. I want to go with you guys.
You can't. We have a dangerous task ahead of us. I don't want you to get hurt.
And what is this dangerous task, Tara? It doesn't sound like what the Master told you to do.
It might be a different route, but I'm fighting the darkness.
I'm not so sure. I've been to the same worlds as you, and I've seen what you've done. You shouldn't put yourself so close to the darkness.
Listen to yourself, Aqua. Terra would never...
You mean you've been spying on me? Is that what he said to do? The Master's orders?
He was only...
Aqua?
I get it.
Terra?
Just stay put! I'm on my own now, alright?
Tara, please, listen! The Master has no reason to distrust you, really. He was just worried.
You're awful, Aqua.
So now you know
He
the
really called
truth.
her awful.
But the
Damn.
master loves Tara.
The really cool thing about buying a house is that for like the following couple
Were
of
you
months,
also
every private
ordered to
mortgage
take me
insurance
home?
broker in the world is trying to call you to set up mortgage protection insurance, and they make it seem
Now that you're
like in the way of a
master,
true scam. You'll get letters
let it
with
go
your
to your
bank's
head.
header on it that gave you the loan, and they'll make it
I'm
seem,
gonna
you
go
know,
find
urgent,
Tara.
must reply, like you have to do it. You don't. It is not entirely a scam in the way that like life insurance isn't a scam, but it's a scam. Anywho. Normally, if I get I have a rule in life in general, which is if I get a phone call and I look over and I don't feel like it, I just won't answer it because I'm grown and I can do what I want. But if I get 2 phone calls from the same number back to back, I have to answer it because then it could be emergent. And this wasn't a number saved to my phone, so you know my natural brain is like, obviously my sister has been in a gruesome accident and a stranger's phone is calling me because she can't get to it or something like that. So I immediately am like, well, I gotta see who this is. And it's some fucking lady who's like, oops, calling you about private mortgage insurance. No! Leave me in peace. Touch grass. Did I get anything for beating that boss? I feel like I should have. No? Is it because the world is still going on? Well, let's pick up a Thundaga, shall we? Shall we? I got a sad cutscene? So many things are happening at once. It's so surreal. Even though I've lived here my entire life, it's still really surreal to me to experience Arizona rain. I was woken up at 4 a.m. Like, it wasn't just raining, it was coming down hard. It was windy, the trees were moving. It was like sideways sheets of rain. I'm looking outside like, wow, I'm glad this is a work from home day. I don't think I would want to drive in this. Not because I'm personally worried, but like people in Arizona, because they're not used to it, they can't drive when it's rainy. Like, did I meld that Thundaga? Or did I forget what I was doing? I forgot what I was doing. Damn it. So, then, I like went back to bed because 4 a.m. is not when my alarm goes off. I get up for, you know, work proper at 5:30. I get ready. My shift starts at 7. I look out my window. No clouds in the sky. There's a couple puddles on the ground, but otherwise it's bone dry outside. And by now, there's not even any puddles. You couldn't tell it rained unless you, like, were here. Like, if you told someone it rained earlier today, they would think you were doing a bit. You don't remember what rain sounds like. Don't you live in... I guess... I'm having the crisis of, should I broadly announce where you live? But I know where you live. And I have surprise at the notion. That's what I'll say. I didn't meld the Thundaga that way. I'm a mess. I'm a hot mess. Not even. I'm a cold mess, let's be honest. Surprisingly weatherless. I thought it was known for rain. I thought it was a whole deal where, like, they even, like, impress on people who are moving to Seattle that they should consider the effect it might have on their mental state, because it's often cold and rainy there. Is that a lie? All my life I had to fight. Like, what are we doing? This is what happens when you get your information about geography from watching too much TV as a child. I don't know nothing about places I've never been. What sucks is that people know that I don't know anything about places I've never been, so we had the meme, oh, I got the cyclone style. You feel like the actual rain hits everywhere else but there. On Fort.
Ienso, where are you? Answer me! Ah, there you are. Didn't I warn you not to wander off, child? I see we owe you our thanks. We have done our best to raise the boy, since his poor parents are not here to do it.
Oh,
what happened to Sexian's
you're on
parents?
your own, huh?
Is that lore?
Sir,
Mel, is that mobile
I'm
game?
looking for a friend of mine. He's a tall guy dressed kind of like me. Have you seen him?
Perhaps I did see him in the Outer Gardens.
Does Terra not have these interactions? Because if Terra interacted with these characters, they would be wondering why Xehanort looks like him.
Ienso out of harm's way, and, well, let's say, I have
The only of these lads who encounters Terra is Break, who's in on the bit. Wait, this is lore. This small baby girl to be... Yeah, you know what? I never hit a kid before, but maybe I fucking should. Yeah, hold on. Piss off, Sexian. Big fan of the bit where he just is like, I know how the boss fight will never end. I'll just keep doing this invulnerable attack over and over and over again. Child. Actual child. Once more. Let's go. Oh, I got the block recipe. Okay, Ven has the block recipe, so that means I can make heal block. Eventually, I think. Oh, I also got... My brain does not remember me using reversal very much. Cyclone. Cyclone is a unique command style to Ventus. All these encounters are Ven only because of Organization 13 Roxas references. I guess that's grand. Like, what are the odds that when they saw Roxas 10 years later, they'd be like, we ran into a boy that looked exactly like you once 10 years ago. Like, okay, fair enough. Maybe Zexion remembers, and that's why he's like, fuck you, kid. You made fun of me for being an orphan. Here's DM times 2 million.
Tara! Take me with you.
I can't do that, Ven.
Why not?
I just... When I really need you, Ven, I know you'll be there.
Well, why wouldn't I? You're my friend.
Yeah. You're right. Thanks, Ven. I just... When I really need you, Ven, I know you'll be there.
I better tell Aqua. Yeah, win!
Ven meets break. Ven meets break. We'll get there, but he does. He has to. Because specifically because of what you just mentioned. He has to. It's just like not super meaningful like Days might have led you to believe it would be. But he has to meet break for that plot point to happen. He used to give me that same look. Which is a fun line because you think when he says Yozora he's referencing Roxas, but he's not. He's not at all. Anyway, here at Terra, this is right after, I believe, right after Terra had defeated Braig. And then Ven's like, Terra! And he's like, hey, buddy. And Ven's like, can I join the party? And Terra is like, and he leaves. But we're still here because this is Ventus' POV. What does Ven still have to accomplish on the world? Why didn't he just take off after Terra? Let's find out after I kill these annoying burdens. You know who else has met Finn, though? Lucio in the mobile game? Mel! If we're not to Braig meeting Ven, we're definitely not to that. You gotta stop. One step at a time, Bucko.
Aqua!
Ven! Were you able to find him?
Yeah, but he's gone.
Right. Then I can't stay here.
Let me go with you, Aqua.
No, Ven. Do as I say and go home.
Why won't you let me?
I don't want to put you in harm's way.
To your point from the last stream, Mel, Ventus's part of the story largely happens because instead of just telling him what's going on and meeting him where he is, both Terra and Aqua just infantilize him, and that pisses him off. So he doesn't just like, for whatever reason, they think he's gonna go like, okay, and then go home. But he's like, no, he's like tilted at this point, and he's gonna continue seeing it through.
Come on, Ven. I thought you were stronger than that.
Then, you almost had him. Just try it again.
Hey, wait. You're teaming up now? Ven, you see all those dents and nicks you got?
Each one of those is proof you're learning.
Terra really just said, me whipping your ass is building character.
You need to learn to let your body move you. Right? In your hand, take this blade. And so long as you have the makings, then through this simple act of taking, its wielder you shall one day be made.
What's that about? Who went and made you master?
Being a Keyblade master is all I've dreamed about.
Well, you're not the only one.
I know. You, me, and Ven all share the same dream.
Lucio, I'm not over it. Just bring up Lucio in any context. I forgot about this bit.
This yours?
Lee, we don't have time for this.
Lighten up, Isa. It'll only take a sec.
Now this is 2,000,000,000% because, hey look, Axel and Roxas.
Now this right here. Ta-da! What do you think?
There's no fucking reason for them to be in this game.
You're just jealous.
No reason at all.
Got it memorized? What's your name?
Maybe this is where I started not liking Axel.
Okay, Ventus, let's fight.
Fight? Why would I want to do that?
You scared of losing? Come on.
Just walked onto screen with a big sign that says, hey, it's me, Axel. Guys, remember me, Axel? Kingdom Hearts 2, Chain of Memories, Days. Popular character in the last, 3 entries. Hey, I'm back. Got it memorized. That's my catchphrase, remember? Look, check me out. I had little chakrams even before I was a nobody because reasons. Hey.
You had enough?
Should have given me a Lee boss battle where I kicked the shit out of him, by the way.
Right.
From where I stood, the only thing you drew was a big L on your forehead for losing.
They did put Terra's crappy wooden training Keyblade in that quiz, and I was mad about it. They also had the Princess of Heart one, and I couldn't find the exact terminology they used, so I couldn't get it, and I was pissed.
What you get for pulling your punches? Some friend.
Oh.
This might be where you became a Sax liker.
You see what
There's still no reason for him to be in this game.
Sure hope you don't have friends like him.
Lee, we have to go.
Okay. Already? I'll see you when I see you. After all, we're friends now. Get it memorized.
Stop!
Okay, Lee.
What is it with you and picking up stray puppies?
I want everybody I meet to remember me. Inside people's memories, I can live forever.
I know I won't forget you. Believe me, I try all the time.
See? I'm immortal.
You're obnoxious.
You ready?
Well, I can tell you are.
Yeah.
I thought he was going to say got it memorized again. He could have at least given me a chain of memories if he was going to talk about living forever.
Must be nice.
I mean, come on.
Knowing who your friends are.
Frolic Flame, which is a hilarious name for a Keyblade. What do you mean 93%? Why? But I didn't... Oh, it's because I don't have web gliders. Okay, never mind. False one. Who wants to do mini games? Jill? Eh? Eh?
Ta-da! Wearing the mask of peace and hope comes the fearless defender and hero of this town. It is me, Captain Justice. Young fellow, do my hero senses detect that you got troubles?
He was Captain Dark in Terror Story.
Captain Justice will make all your problems disappear.
Who, me?
Meow?
I'm just trying to make some friends. Never mind. Forget it.
Mel, I'm not a rhythm game freak like you. There's no chance I get all
Spit it
perfect.
out, then. Remember to vote Captain J.
Vote?
Oh, well, forget that. How can I help? That's the only reason I'm here.
I know.
Your favorite
Tell me about your
Thicko. You're not.
Everything's so festive.
That has to put you on a
Always like
registry
this?
of some kind. You can't
That's it.
just.
Nothing else?
You can't.
Well, the festivities
Just
are
call
on
Pete
account of
Thicko
the Dream
Mode.
Festival,
No,
which is
I don't think you should be able to call
There's
anything
stuff
Thicko
all
Mode.
over town.
Put that away.
Really? Like what?
Oh, you gotta see it for yourself. Wouldn't be much of a dream if I just told you.
Right. Thanks.
And kid, don't you go forgetting, Captain Justice is the one who solved all your problems. That would be Justice with a J.
What do you mean new display?
Sure.
No,
I got it, Captain Justice.
no, you don't have to do that.
Now we can't open the ice cream shop.
Trouble? Rescue is on the way!
A festival, huh? Well, maybe I can make some new friends.
That's Alice's canon title. Remember the part where we jumped into the sewer and we had to do like jump puzzles and stuff to get a bunch of items as Terra? What if I told you that we had to do it again as Ventus?
Yeah. Yeah. Huh. Yeah.
I think as Terra I had the air slide by now, though. That might make a difference.
Huh. Yeah. Huh. Yeah.
That chest is hard to see.
Rah! Win! Gotcha! Ah!
Okay, Rhythm Game Freak is better than Thicko mode. Yeah, I'm pretty confident reversal is something I don't have the timing for and never learned, but it'll be kind of fun to pretend. Terra just gets like, you get a successful card and then you can do a revenge attack, and so does Aqua. Ven is like, decides to be unique for whatever reason. This song's gonna kill. I feel like between the two, and this might be a little bit of recency bias or what have you, I feel like the Mickey Mouse deal is less suffering than Bibbidi Bobbidi Boo. Because there is so little to the Cinderella track before it loses. There's little to this one too, but it's like a little bit more, I feel. That reversal to Mel's point, completely accident. Complete accident. It just happened. You think the Cage 2 Disney Castle is tolerable? This one's up there. Okay. Did the PSP only have the space for 7-second loops? Probably. PSP limitations, bucko. Everything you don't like is PSP limitations. I get a little bit of joy out of when people don't realize that that's the way their brains work sometimes. Like, we've talked before on stream, like in FF14, when people are like, you know what's not good for the game? Thing I don't like. They should be spending way less time doing that and way more time doing the thing that I like. You know? We should have more dungeons and less crafting or whatever. And less PvP and more raids. You see it in pro wrestling too, like this myopic. In wrestling, you know, like one of the things people talk about, the TV ratings. You know, like, oh, like this show was watched by this many viewers, but this show was watched by this many viewers, and like your very smart, very interesting people are always like, well, I can tell you why the show did less viewers because they featured this thing I didn't like when they should have been featuring this thing I do like, and it's like, yeah, man, I'm sure that's how it works. Oh, shoot. I'm going to load up a second Cura, not realizing I already have done that step. Let's make a Curaga. So if this were on the PS3, then Terra wouldn't be in it? Oh, wait a minute, you. He'd have his cape, so he'd be a lot better. You have an emotional support himba? And it's Terra? I don't know. Stuff, you know? abilities, right? What do you want from me? I wish I had an emotional support. Remember last night when Mel offered to draw hentai of my OCs for me? That was a fun moment for all of us to share as a community. I feel we all grew closer in that moment. Fewer Catboys and more Reaper Scythes. I guess. Can one of the fewer Catboys be Grahatia? Because I might be on board for this. This can't be too forward because Alex Drake is pretty much also an emotional support himbo. I was gonna say I don't have to take this, but I don't know. Maybe I do. Sometimes I'm not very nice. I shouldn't have to take this. Maybe that's fair. Remove all of them except Graha. You know, see, this is why I won't be voting for you in office. Now, my ass, you don't get to keep Zelvik if I don't get to keep Yozora. If you delete Zelvik, does that save Eddie because technically that Catboy has already been erased once, or does it not work that way? Like, I watched Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness today, and I think Zelvik is the Multiverse of Madness version of Cheeseburger Eddie. They're the same dude. This is the smart and cool way to do this. When I came here as Terra, I didn't have Thunderbolt yet. Ventus didn't have that issue. The soul goes to double hell. Oh no, bucko, not double! So like if you're in double hell, right? But like you have good behavior and you like purify your soul, do you escape into single hell or no? Like is it like, well, if you've made it to double, there's like nothing you can do. You're damned, dude. Like you could, you know, you might as well give it up. Help! Not like this. Make it, Devin. I hate you so much. I hate you. Okay. Gonna need one of these. "14 does have a multiverse, this is true. But like, it does, but like, it kind of doesn't. I feel like when I think of the multiverse and I think of like the way the different shards are, it's not quite the same concept in my mind. But it is. Like, it's supposed to be, but I feel like it's not in practice. Okay, I don't... Oh, okay. I was like, I don't know why, like, straight descended straight down. It's because Ben was locked onto this enemy, and I hate this game. Riveting game content, by the way. I was bamboozled when I found out that Final Fantasy XIV has hells in the lore book. They're like element themed, and your crimes determine which hell you end up in. I don't remember what I used to have equipped here. Striker. The punishment that you have to talk to Hypnos twice! Oh no, Bucko. Only the worst of the worst should end up there. That's too much. Isn't Double Hell where Castiel ended up in the... No. Bringing up the ending of Supernatural unprompted and without warning is... It's a little mean, I feel. I had to make our first OC because I Thanos snapped Heartbreak. Your hatred of that little dude is very funny to me. He's just a guy. He even has good moments too. He's not even like a dumb guy. I mean Harshiphone. Secretly, I also mean gratitude. Is it technically hentai if neither Yozora or Alex are anime characters? I feel like they're anime boys, but they're not anime characters. What's the term if it's not that? All his moments are the same. He's just Control-C, Control-V with an adorable Aura girl. I thought your character was an Elzen now. You only almost lost your combo? Then that means I'm not working hard enough. Which part was confusing? Which part was not completely self-explanatory in every way? Ventus doesn't have Terra's air dash ability, which is going to make this really annoying. And you might be thinking, Yozora, you could just come back when you have Glide. But, no. Bitch. No, damn it. Okay, then in my headcanon, I want one. My headcanon is all of Yozora shards are just him, but with the different highlight hair colors. Just equip the fire dash. I know. I didn't want to, but I know. I'm very sorry that I let it get that far. It was selfish of me, and I'll never do it again. need to get... No! Dude! This dash is too strong. I needed something else. Why was this so much easier with Terra? Because he had an air dash, but like, why?
Yeah.
It's still too far? That's insane. Bounce off the wall. I hate this game. Okay. We're gonna make it. We're gonna make it. We actually did it. We actually did it. Let's go. Which shard has the Yozora with the black highlight? The 12, obviously. 4. Break time! Let's do Ventus's break time. Give it a second.
Ready?
Interesting. So Ven break dances. He doesn't do push-ups like Terra because he's a little.
Ready?
I really can't get that first one, can I? Yeah, you know, you have a point there. Not what I would call a breather. I have to level up break time because Ven can put break time into an actually good ability. But now it's not that time. I got a Chaos Crystal. We are going to attempt to fire dash to there. I don't think it's going to happen, but we're going to try. In fact, we're going to equip 2 fire dashes to try even harder. I would also not consider that a breather. I do concur. Alright, let's give it a whirl. Dash!
Yeah.
Dash! Best player in the game. And I got Super Glide. Best player in the game. Let's go. I got Super Glide before I got Rank Glide. All right. Oh. Super glad. Now, unfortunately, I told a bit of a white lie. It is not minigame time because stream is drawn to a close. We are at the end of our time today, folks, which means, Jill, you are spared. You are spared minigames for one day. I gotta get out of here. Folks, thank you for coming to check me out tonight. I appreciate it. It's been fun, it's been grand, it's been lovely. Had a great time. I will be back tomorrow with more Kingdom Hearts Birth by Sleep. We're going to continue Ventus' story, but until then, I gotta go, bucko. So, be good to yourselves, be good to others. Goodbye, and good night.